Hi, it's Marina, the Soul Alchemist, and I'm coming with another beautiful lady that has been on the Akashic Business Activator Program. And as you know, it's finished. And I invited Hazel to join us today to give some insight on how she found the program, kind of what changes she's seen since completing and going through the different modules, and why she would recommend it to other people. So Hazel, I'd love you to introduce yourself and just tell us a little bit about your business as well.
So I'm Hazel Mackey from Rainbow Therapy UK. I'm a spiritual mentor and energy healer, and I offer tarot readings, angelic Reiki, access bars, a whole range of hypnotherapy and different tools, but they're all designed to release the energy blockages and enable people to live their life to the fullest possible way.
Perfect. And yes, you have got a wealth of kind of tools in your spiritual toolbox.
Yeah.
It's fab. Which means that, you know, you can really tailor to people's needs, can't you? And you can kind of just draw on whatever it is that that person needs, and you can kind of just to bring that forward and use it, which is amazing. So obviously, because you have got this wealth of information and knowledge and kind of experience, why did where were you with your business before you kind of came onto the program, and what kind of attracted you to joining the program?
Yes, so I was very happy in my business. It's always been a pleasure going to work. I really enjoy meeting people. There was two things mainly that I became aware of, that it was slightly not quite working to its optimal benefit, my business, for myself and for other people. And there was one, I struggled to actually find out what it was I was doing. Like I say, I've got a lot of tools, and I was finding that I was saying, well, you can have Reiki, or you can have tarot, or you can have access bars, or you can have, but I hadn't really got to grips with what it really was about that I was offering them. And I was expecting people to come to me and know what they wanted. And really, I was finding that they didn't, and I needed to perhaps understand my business a little bit more. What were those tools actually doing, and was I offering? So there was that awareness. And then, of course, there was the COVID situation, and I'd managed the first lockdown because I had been heavily reliant on face-to-face and really enjoyed the face-to-face interaction. Managed the first lockdown thinking, oh, well, it won't last long. And we'd just come out of it when I saw that the 3-day event that you ran. So I thought, I'll have a go at that. And when I did the 3-day event, I thought, there is something in being able to do this work online, to interact with people, because I'd always said I'm not a technological person, I'm a people person. And as if I put this limitation on technology, because actually you can't communicate with people, you can't interact with people through technology. And I did your 3-day program and thought, you know what, you can do this online. So that gave me the impetus to think, well, let's look how we can change the business to make it more online, as well as keep the face-to-face when we're able to.
Yeah.
So it was for two reasons. Yeah.
And and it was amazing that you kind of had the kind of the courage, I would say, to kind of dive into being able to shift or pivot your business in that way, and just kind of go in with it with curiosity, but also a willingness to embrace the technology side, because that can be quite overwhelming.
It was. There was a lot of resistance there.
Yeah.
A lot of resistance from fear.
Yeah.
Not necessarily from not having the skills. I didn't have all the skills, but I wasn't as bad as I thought I was. It was a lot of resistance to, no, this isn't for me. And if it goes wrong, then I'm working on my own, and then there'll be nobody there to come and help me out.
Yeah, and it's true, and we all kind of have those fears, especially you know, if it's we're kind of dealing with new stuff, and, you know, trying to understand social media and understanding like emails and setting up email systems and all this type of stuff. So you've done amazingly well in terms of just embracing that, but through
I've moved a lot.
yeah, you have, which is amazing, but you've kind of moved with the times as well, because COVID continued, as you know. And so if you'd not taken that leap of faith, and kind of maybe the intuitive urge, which would have been kind of there as well, then, you know, you potentially you wouldn't have been doing any business at all. So it was that you trusted the process and kind of went for it. So what changes have you seen since you've kind of, because we've been through the program, which was like 4.5 months, there or thereabouts. All the ladies that I've spoken to so far have been through immense shifts and up levels. So what have you experienced?
So if I talk about on a business level, like complete transformation to an online business. So I've now got Zoom set up, and I offer all my services online. The other bit that I found absolutely transformational was that even though I said I was talking, I like the face-to-face and the social interaction, actually I found that I've interacted more through online with a wider group of people and experienced services that I never knew that were possible. And I've had some healing myself. You know, I've tried different services from the people that I've met within the group, which has been brilliant for expanding my awareness. And so yes, there's two different levels. I think the business moving online has been immense. The learning to work collaboratively with other people and opening my eyes up to different possibilities, different options, more tools, or different ways of working. And then this making the network and the connections for business purposes as well as for personal development. So I've started a collaboration as well that will be online masterclasses for the next 12 months. And that, I never thought I would be doing that as well. So lots of different things. Amazing.
Yeah, it is amazing. And as I say, I keep saying you have transformed the business in such a huge way in such a short space of time. It's brilliant. So from a personal point of view, kind of what shifts, I mean, you've from what I can see, you've experienced a lot of resistance, but you've managed to work through that. And part of one of the modules that we talk about is egoic resistance and understanding what your mechanisms are, because we all have different types, and our ego will pull out the tricks in order to kind of stop us in our tracks. So you've obviously kind of managed to navigate that fairly well through the different phases. Is there any other kind of immense shifts that you had personally on the program?
Yes, I think coming up to, well, the whole month of December was a huge challenge, because ego resistance shows itself up with me in fatigue. And I just was so worn out, completely had to stop. Yeah. So I stopped everything for the whole month of December, simply because I couldn't physically do anything. But when I came back, I felt amazing ever since. So it's done its trick. And I think that's one of the things to learn, is not to push and push and push, and leave myself drained, really. So yes, I have transformed the business amazingly, but I needed that rest time as well.
Yeah, and it is, and part of one of the modules we also talk about managing your energy as well. So you're absolutely right. Kind of, we do need to learn to be in the ebb and flow of our own energy levels, and you know, there's planetary stuff that affects us, is other people's energy that affects us with what we do. So the fact that you honoured your needs and listened to your body, Obviously it's paid dividends, and you know, you've been feeling amazing and putting out challenges and doing all sorts of things since, which is amazing. So why would you recommend this program to somebody that was perhaps thinking about joining?
I think if you come to the program with an open mind and you are prepared to be, now I'm going to say directed, but it isn't, you must do this.
No.
And it's this is an option, this is the possibility, and it comes from you. You gave us lots of direction in that way, but it also comes from looking and listening to the other people in the group as well. And I think that if you were there ready to do that, then the world's your oyster really within the group, because there are so many possibilities for you to follow up on. I haven't followed up on all of them yet. I'm going to, you know, there's still lots more for me to do. And I think that to find that enjoyment as well in exploring. So that's what I think. For me, it's been a great big adventure. And that's why I would recommend it to everybody. If you feel you are ready for an adventure into the unknown, don't have any preconceived ideas about what you're going to do or where you're going to end up, because I would never have conceived that this would have happened in such a short space of time, then yes, go for it, because it just opens up so many avenues to ponder on and to do.
Yeah. And do you feel that you have the tools also now to take away and the confidence to use the Akashic Records for your business?
Yes. The Akashic Records has been fantastic, and I do use that really very, very often, weekly. And go into the Akashic Records and sit quietly. And I think using the Akashic Records as a tool is brilliant on that, but doing it weekly, just finding that time to sit and reflect about your business is amazing as well. So
it is. It's using your it's using spiritual tools and your spiritual guides and your business support team in a different way, which is more in alignment with kind of your soul alignment. So it means, for me, what I find is that the results are more profound and the more in alignment kind of with what, you know, how we want to take our businesses forward, the clients that we want to attract, etc. So
yeah, and I think that it feels right.
Yeah,
and that's the main thing.
That is the main thing.
Yeah, it's not been a struggle. Yes, there are challenges. I mean, I'm not saying there aren't challenges, but it never felt wrong.
No, and you know, and that's a big decider, isn't it? Knowing when you're out of alignment and it feels heavy and like you're wading through mud, or it's just ego kind of stepping in there a little bit and kind of trying to put you off track. So there is a massive difference with that, I agree. So okay, well, that's perfect. So thank you so much, Hazel, for joining me today and just, you know, spending a little bit of time just sharing your feedback and thoughts around the programme. So thank you very much for joining.
Thank you, Marina. I've really, really enjoyed it. I loved working with you.
Oh, bless you. Thank you so much. And if you've got any questions or if you'd like to reach out and find out more about the programme, when it starts, etc., then please do get in touch. Okay, speak to you soon.
Bye-bye. Thank you.